Alistair Darling's second budget as Chancellor was scrutinised by members of the North East housing sector. Representatives met for the North East Property Forum, run by the Northern Echo and chaired by Latimer Hinks solicitors. The event, held in Darlington and County Durham, also looked at resurrecting the housing market.
We've just gone through a budget and the Chancellor had an opportunity to do a couple of things. In my opinion, he probably should have looked at stamp duty. We have a stamp duty holiday at the moment up to 175,000. In my opinion, they maybe should have extended that across the whole of the market, the whole stamp duty market, just really to stimulate the whole of the market and get it sort of from the bottom right up to the top.
Signs are there that the market has certainly come down a lot in price. And the number of sales have seemed to be increasing over the last sort of 8 weeks. I think that the penny dropped end of last year, early part of this year, with house sellers realising that prices have come down, so they've reduced their prices accordingly. A lot of the house buyers have been waiting in rented accommodation for the market to bottom out, and a lot of those are beginning to re-enter the market because they're paying dead money in rented accommodation, and any savings they've got, they're getting very poor returns. So a lot of them have decided now is probably the time to start purchasing again.
This sad state of affairs will continue for the whole of this year. It's going to be a ghastly year with high unemployment, boys and girls leaving university, not able to get any jobs. It's a very serious and a very sad state we're in. But as far as country property is concerned, there will always be a demand for it because it's a rarity.
There aren't any reasons to be negative at the moment. It seems to me as if they've certainly reached the bottom, and people are beginning that slope up. But it's all about confidence. It's just like football, really. Newcastle, Sunderland, Middlesbrough, all down the bottom, all playing very, very bad football and have no hope of getting out of anything. But until that cycle can be broken, the housing market isn't going to really pick up. And it's all about trying to inject some positivism into the market, and by telling people that prices now have hopefully reached the bottom, or at least near the bottom, and so the time is now to be brave and to get out and start thinking about moving, because what we have learned today is there are some real bargains out there. Prices have fallen, sellers are realistic, and so people can pick up a good bargain that in 5 years' time might show some real returns.
What we're seeing now is a stabilisation of the market. Things haven't got any worse from the very difficult times that we had in the latter half of 2008. And yes, there are one or two tentative green shoots of recovery, but nothing is really going to happen, I don't think, dramatically this year. It's going to have to be 2010 before we see any form of house price growth. So I think what we're talking about is stabilisation through the rest of this year, and we should be actually quite thankful for that, because it was really grim during 2008.